Breaking Bridget. This is yay so cray yay. Kanye West is having a very public meltdown.
I can't tell you how I actually almost cried because I was thinking about how dark this is because Kanye is having just a pretty rough time, clearly. And it started, well, years ago, decades ago, but this recent escapade started with the Mar-a-Lago. He went on Thanksgiving. He went to Mar-a-Lago and he brought, I'm not even giving these pieces of shit attention, but Milo was there and another person, and they all went to Mar-a-Lago, and then it reflected badly on Trump because the person I refuse to give any attention by naming is a white supremacist.
I don't think Milo was there for that dinner. But.
No. Oh, you're right. Milo wasn't there. But it came out that Milo is his campaign manager. It's like, then there was a picture of them on a plane and they were heading to go see Tim Pool for Timcast. And then he walked off the set when Timcast kind of even very lightly pushed back. And then he ended up going on Alex Jones, which is the most recent, with the piece of shit who shall remain nameless. It's just been like, I can't tell you how upsetting it is to think of the Kanye that I grew up listening to and just the musical genius that he is, to see him go from like the Grammys, Jay-Z, Beyonce, hanging out with the most famous people in the world and having like this huge career and being this kind of role model to people of someone who pulled himself up and was so open about his mental illness. And now just on Alex Jones with these like piece of shit white nationalists talking like in the middle of a manic break, clearly.
Yeah, he had a face mask on and he was
like a gimp
talking about
probably it was Balenciaga.
It was
Balenciaga mask. Yeah. Which is weird. And he said porn is ruining his life. And I mean, Kanye has gone from one of the greatest, most genius musical artists of our time to making Alex Jones seem sane.
Yeah.
He was the sane one in that interview.
Yeah.
He was trying to keep it on the rails, Alex fucking Jones.
That's insane.
Because the whole world's crazy. All of us are nuts. This is Twilight Zone 2.0. We will be right back.
Don't you me when you say that.
No, I'm talking about all of us. The whole world's crazy. It is crazy.
It's the only time I've ever seen Alex Jones even think before he spoke. And he was so befuddled by what he was dealing with and what was coming out of Kanye's mouth. He was like, my daddy freed the Jews, like busted out a story of his father in World War II.
I mean, because Kanye said, I like Hitler.
Yeah. He's like, I think he had some good points. And Alex Jones was even like, I don't think a lot of people agree with you.
It's literally watching someone set themselves on fire in public.
And it's so gross watching all of these literal grifters, Milo, who will absolutely steal from him, and people who are just searching for clout and fame. And I don't even know if they believe half the shit that they say, clinging and picking the bones of this person who's got money and fame and things that they'll never have, talent, and using him to get these messages. It's so upsetting. And everyone's like, Kanye knows. He knows what he's saying. A lot of you have never had a mentally ill stepfather, and it shows. Like, the thing about bipolar disorder is you can sound lucid. You can sound like you are filled with confidence and self-esteem, and you know exactly what you're talking about. And it can sound like you have your shit together and know what you're doing, and you can make statements that are true, which is why it's so very confusing. That doesn't mean you're not in the midst of a manic break. It still means, like, I was talking to Luna about it when she was doing my makeup, and she didn't see the Alex Jones things, and she was like, oh, Kanye needs meds.
I know. He's a truly ill individual.
And what he says is vile, but he's also mentally ill, and people are like, oh, they're just trying to chalk it up. Like, let the man speak. By the way, I'm all for letting people speak. I I think it's good that we can see how nonsensical this stuff is, but you also have someone who is in the middle of a mental health crisis and lots of bad people using them. And it's just, it really did like something about that picture of the three of them on the plane, like broke my spirit in some way.
Because it really is. These people are leeching off of him, and you
could even see it in his face on the plane. He just wasn't.
Yeah, he seemed like he was unhappy. Like, even if he's just saying things to like push the line, which again, I can understand the contrarian instinct, and it's still just like watching someone set. There's no coming back from this unless he makes a good album, and then we'll all forgive him.
I don't even know if that's true.
I mean, it's tough. Like Billboard had that scheduled tweet that went out.
Oh God.
It was like Kanye West was one of the most popular artists, gospel and otherwise, of like 2022. And it was like literally during the Alex Jones interview. It's like the worst scheduled tweet in the history of Twitter.
Someone at Billboard was like, get it down.
I mean, and Milo's like reading the Bible in every picture. How easy and Mark do you think Christians are that just Milo reading a Bible is fooling them into not believing that he's sucking dick every chance he gets? I don't understand. How do you think like Christians are like, oh, he's reading a Bible, he must be reformed.
He's good. I mean, what Kanye's saying,
because he's come out and said that he had a conversion camp that worked or something.
What Kanye's saying is like horrible and heinous, but he's clearly mentally ill. This is clearly someone who is not doing well.
It's clear. It feels clear to me, but that's not the impression I get from watching everybody online who's like, he knows what he's saying. He's doing this on purpose. I'm like,
it's just the fact
that might be easier for you to believe than watching somebody have a public mental breakdown.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I understand wanting to think like this is all orchestrated because that's easier to comprehend about somebody who we've seen this fall from grace that's so huge. It's putting Sims to the test, I'll tell you that. Elon had to delete his tweets where he was like, welcome back, Elon. Welcome back, Kanye. It's going to be fun. And then he banned him. And he banned him for incitement to violence, which legally I don't even think that is an incitement to violence. So it's like a weird, that was kind of strange too. Not that he suspended him, just that was the reasoning. It all feels gross.
Yeah, I mean, Kanye
it's all gross.
Put up a picture of a swastika embedded in a Star of David and was like,
I mean, that sounds like
for the love of God, let me change my name and handle at Elon Musk. And that it's just like, it's all so bad.
Even the way that he tweets and like that rapid fire tweeting, I'm like, this is mania. This is fucking mania. It's so upset. It's just,
he needs to be institutionalized.
He needs like
he needs
I love
meds.
that like Britney somehow got a conservatorship and this guy didn't. He needs a conservator. They're gonna take him for everything, whatever he has. It was tough. It's been tough to see that. And it's also very distracting. That's the other thing that bothers me about this. There's so much other real shit going on in the world, and this is like a shiny thing that we can all focus on. Not the $2.2 trillion that disappeared, not the railroad strike, and how they got bullied into basically going back to work by Mr. Amtrak Joe himself, Joe Biden. There's so many other things that I feel deserve our attention. China, Iran, and this is sucking up all of the oxygen. And it does have that feel of like the current thing. But I just pray. I'm praying for Kanye. I mean, truly. I think we can all just pray for Kanye.
It's just really sad.
Pray for Ye.
Then we have